very, very important aspect because we have to see what is around us. And it's not just us, it's not just God, but it's our brothers. It's who is out there, what is beyond, just our personality, God's personality, what is there. So this is what I have for this final segment, which is we titled it Interactions with Other Personalities. And it's not interactions with humans because this is just right now. And later on in this eternal career, we're going to be interacting with different personalities. And that's the beauty about this, is that we have, we travel as family, we travel as together in this. So that's also so beautiful. So finally, the way we relate to other human personalities is deeply tied to the spiritual growth and interconnectedness of all beings. Personality interaction is not merely a social or psychological phenomenon, but a profound spiritual exchange that fosters mutual growth and understanding. The direct response of one personality to another is a vital mechanism for spiritual development, as it allows individuals to inspire, uplift, and learn from one another. This dynamic interplay reflects the divine intention for personalities to coexist in harmony and contributing to the collective evolution of the cosmos. So what this is basically saying is that people need people. We need each other. We're brothers, and we serve as we are now doing. And we are really, I'm at least feeling really, uplifted as I'm having this conversation with you guys. And that's the beauty about this. We don't have to go and try and find some other beings, to have these higher, elevated, I don't want to say talks, it's communions. We can have them in ourselves, in our own personal human lives. So who wants to lead us off in this particular case?
The interaction. I mean, you've hit it there. As we've talked about personality and the what we might call the miracle. I mean, what else can you call
Yeah.
personality except a miracle? It's beyond our comprehension. Like we said, how there could be billions and billions of unique personalities. So when we come back down to it, it's like, well, we're interacting with all those personalities and expressing our own personality, inviting those that we're with to express their personality, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a growth. It's like school,
Mm-hmm.
we're told in another part of the entry book that this whole ascension scheme, where we move from mortal life to eternity in paradise, is one gigantic school. So when we're in school, we're sitting there and we're listening to the master, the instructor, and to our fellow students. Uh, there's
Yeah.
always given somebody, a being who knows more that we can learn from. And I think it's the same while we're down here. We'd instinctively look for those who inspire us, that we know have something they can offer us that can help us be a better person,
Yeah.
express that personality a little more, get a little more cognitive, and especially a little more spiritual. Um, but that's all the one to one part. But the thing that you touched on about the communion is that all those personalities above us, the superhuman personalities, angels and uh, universe teachers, they're all personalities too.
Yeah.
And we can
Exactly.
commune with them, including on up through Jesus and the ancients of
Even with
days
Jesus.
and the Divine Mother and all the way to paradise,
Yeah.
because there's something that we didn't talk about yet, and that is the Father has this thing called the personality gravity circuit, which is like science fiction or something. It's like, how do you explain that? But it is this circuitry where all personalities in the entire universe of universes are connected in this personality circuit, which
That's
means,
interesting.
yeah, ooh, yeah.
It
that's
is
that's
it
that
is a topic. Yeah.
that deep technology. So what it does, that enables us to have that communion, to be able to
Yeah.
sit here and make the choice. So I think I want to commune with Jesus right now.
be able
or
to
I want to commune. I want
identify
to
as you know, that equal, that communion, that equal. Yeah.
right, because he is a personality. He was a human personality and a divine personality, and still is in some mysterious way we don't fully understand, but also his Father in heaven. So that personality circuit gives us access to commune anytime we want. And why wouldn't you not want to
Yeah.
commune with the original personality? Over to you,
And
Don.
and therefore with the rest of the community, it's so beautiful. That's
Yeah.
the you know, the brotherhood finally. But yes, Don, please.
Hmm. So yeah, when I think of this personality in relationship to other personalities, we know that the ultimate goal of our world would be to have what we have often called heaven on earth, which means
Mm-hmm.
no wars, no fighting, peace among men of goodwill, all those beautiful things. Once we understand that and we clearly grasp that personality is a bestowal upon all humans from the universal Father, we can begin to look at people very differently. Imagine, which I've done frequently, I make myself conscious when I walk down a busy street with people buzzing all around me. Each one of these individuals has a personality from the Father and a fragment of the Father with them, regardless of how they may be behaving, so that this should make us be a little more reserved on drawing conclusions about a person because of their race or background or culture, or those quick conclusions that we often
Yeah.
draw
Yeah. Yeah.
when we first see a person. So when we begin to understand that all persons have these two massive spiritual components, and we begin to see that,
Yeah.
it eases relationships in a way that we could never imagine.
Mm,
And the more
definitely.
and more of us that get this spiritualized concept of personality, you begin to change the world. The world begins to change. And it's without doing hard proselytizing. It's
Yeah.
without trying to shove a doctrine or a theology down someone's mind or throat. Just by the way you roll
Wow.
in your life, because of this advanced understanding of personality, makes you a different person.
Yeah.
And the more of those different persons we get on this planet, a momentum will begin to build up. And we
Yeah.
all individually can contribute to that.
I
That
want to
was
be
that
like
was
Don.
yes,
No,
yes,
no.
yes, Don. You're really an
You want to be
inspiration.
like
This was beautiful.
the master, not me.
But this is
Yay,
good.
brother.
But
Yay.
but look at this beautiful reflection of what you just said. I mean, how can you not see God in what you just said, Don? I mean, this is I mean, that's my appreciation. I don't know yours, James, but this is my appreciation of what he just said, what Don said. And it's really beautiful and when you again personalize a person. And you think of the classical busy street in New York or Mexico City where I used to live, or anywhere for that matter, and you're just part of a number, part of the sequence, part of the what's the whole commotion. But once you stop and you realize that you were saying, Nan, that uniqueness, that divine indwelling in that person, that grand trajectory, path or potential that person has, it becomes unique. You see that person for who they are, not just at that physical moment, but the transcendental moment of eternity. And it just it's calm, and I think I don't think I know that that's what Jesus, through the process of his death, must have gone through in order to have gone through that ordeal. I mean, that whole thing and that ordeal in that way that he did, because he saw that personal being and that was so imperfect that it was doing that horrendous crime, but he understood that individual, and that individual has even probably, even if he did that act, has the potential to and probably eternalize if he chooses to, because we always have the choice to change our ways. So that's beautiful as well, isn't it?
Okay, well, The one thing that you mentioned earlier might have been way back in your introduction, or some of your thoughts you expressed was making this comparison of personality to DNA, and I think it's a really, really appropriate comparison, especially realizing what we are beginning to know about DNA. The more that we go into it, that it's this blueprint for the physical expression of us and even of a whole species. The
Mm-hmm.
DNA that just keeps those sudden mutations, that
Yeah.
something new develops, that comes out that wasn't there before, but somehow it was imprinted in that DNA. Well, I think it's you can make that comparison with the personality because it's also so
Yeah.
mysterious, but because it keeps expressing and because it's eternal and keeps expressing and expressing until it attains the perfection that it was intended to be, and we don't know. Just like, remember, they used to say, oh, there's junk DNA.
Yeah.
They'd say, like, oh no, look at these little pieces over here, these chemicals. They're sitting there on the strand and they're not
Yeah. They don't
doing
do
nothing.
nothing. Yeah.
Nothing. And then, oh yeah, 20 years later they go, hey, wait a minute. They are
It was so
doing
crucial.
something. They're
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
something really important. We just didn't have the tools or the knowledge. So I think it's the same. We get this personality here. In fact, they use the metaphor of a butterfly, of a caterpillar, chrysalis, and a butterfly when
Yeah.
they're talking about personality. I was going to read that one, but I just said it anyway because it's like that. It's unreal. We don't know how
Yeah.
a caterpillar turns into a butterfly, but we get this uh, potential personality and we keep expressing it and realizing it.
And that's how what I love about the butterfly explanation or the symbolism there is that it's still the butterfly. It's still it was a worm then it turned it just transformed evolving. So that's very beautiful. Well, I think it was a very very good topic. I really enjoyed having this conversation. I think that realizing, redefining, or really going beyond, the basic popular understanding of what personality is really gives us a grasp on who we are. I mean, and the importance of really everything that we said on who we are as a person, on our responsibility in this universe, on our everything is in our hands. I mean, one of the things that we kind of continued on talking about was how everything is personal, how everything falls into us, how the choice is ours, and how even God himself inside of us, that fragment subordinates to us, and that are the grandest thing that we can realize and see is, okay, thank you, but you lead the way. You tell me where to go to perfect myself. And that's the communion. That's the beauty in how we are becoming one in what we're talking about, the spiritual works or the spiritual technology, of how the fragment of God is being fused with our own personality. And that's just beautiful. We are becoming God. It is. It is beautiful. So, well,
All right.
that's
Well,
all
that's
for.
there's so much more, Santiago. What you just described there, the mechanics or the technology. It's so much, and we just barely scratched the surface. So the people that want to know more
Yeah,
about personality, they can go into the Center for Unity and use those tools to
yeah,
look into
that's
the
part of,
Urantia
yeah.
book.
Yeah, that's what I
And
was saying. What I was going to mention. Anything that you were talking about, we have a whole set of tools that we have developed that you can, secondary works and tools that it's really practical and really personal. Once again, that's the word in there, really practical. So be sure. I mean, if you like the podcast, of course, subscribe, hit share, and hit the reminder button. A lot of people say, "Oh, hey, how come it didn't tell me when it was?" You have to hit the reminder button, but most importantly, go visit our work. We have a link tree link down there. There's a lot of resources there. All of our resources are there, even merchandise. I mean, just look it up. I think you guys are really gonna. I mean, there's tools that are really practical for you guys, and so it's part of our what we want to bring. Part of our contribution to our personal brothers in this world. So,
So,
And let's throw a bone over to Don and the Christ Experiment.
oh
They got
yes,
tools
please, yes,
tools over
please.
there. Good work they're
John,
doing.
and can you tell us a little bit
Yay.
what you can what you're doing in the Christ experiment, please?
yes, well, we're continuing to promote the ministry of Jesus with this expanded understanding. We have a website called thechristexperiment.org. So we invite people to go there and visit that site. One of the partners on that site has also written 3 books called the Divine Adventure series. And it's a
Nice.
very unique conversation between her and 2 AI
Hmm.
interlocutors talking about life after death, time and space. I mean, it delves into
Yeah.
some deep existential questions. So you can find out about that on that site, the Christ Experiment, or the ChristAdventure.org.
Yes, and we're gonna have all the links down here. I mean, so be sure anything that you liked about this, please. There's a follow up. There's more things to come, but I want to thank you guys. It's always a pleasure. We're gonna keep on doing this. Don, thanks for all those loving words. I mean, so beautifully put, so practical, so loving. It's really, really an honor to participate in this with you. And James, all that ancient wisdom and the way that you put it and bringing all this and talking about this is really, really awesome as well. So thank you guys. It's been a pleasure. And thank you for watching. Please, if you like this, share, especially talk about it. I think people are going to be interested. So thanks for today. It's been a pleasure. I'm Santiago Kneeland. This is the Divine Within. Take care and carpe diem.